The State Commissioner of Education, Dr. Jamila Mohammed Ahiru, has acknowledged the giant contribution of USAID Learn to Read to the education sector in the state. She expressed hope that the organization will stick to its commitment areas to ensure that they don't only improve reading, but also learning outcomes in that will translate to better human capital development of the state.
I hope we will also stick to the commitment areas to ensure that we are not only improving reading but improving learning outcomes in Bauchi State, which will translate to even greater human capital development for our state. On behalf of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bauchi State, we want to appreciate you and acknowledge your giant contribution to the education sector. We also acknowledge your expertise, your influence, your leadership, and your capabilities to ensuring the successful workings of the committee.
The commissioner said the outcome of the two-day inaugural meeting for the state-level National Framework Steering and Technical Committee to review terms of reference will be shared with the Bauchi State Education Committee for further deliberation. USAID Learn to Read Policy Advisor Jume Serki, who gave an overview of the National Reading Framework, said it is how to improve early grade reading outcomes. To achieve this, there must be trained teachers, instructional materials, good structures in schools, use of teaching aids, while parents should also help by inculcating reading habits among their children. USAID Learn to Read is working to strengthen, scale, and sustain improvements and evidence-based practices in early grade reading outcome among primaries 1 and 2 pupils. The budget planning and policy reform specialist, USAID Learn to Read Abubakar Abdullahi, presented the National Reading Framework. Assumptions and classifications. The commitment include revised early grade curricula for all languages of instruction to ensure they include the minimum reading skills outlined in the National Evaluation Framework for Reading, allocate adequate time in the weekly timetable for the teaching of reading, particularly in the early grades, and put in school-based programs to increase people's spend reading independently. Other commitments include that all pupils have access to high-quality reading materials and trained teachers in evidence-based reading instructional practices, among others. The technical committee is to facilitate the domestication of the early grade learning performance standards, facilitate the development of the state reading policy and implementation guidelines. Elizabeth Ka, BATV News.